Hey guys, good evening. Tonight I just wanted to show y'all some of the things I use off the landscape to help get my fire started. So these are just a few pieces of tinder that I use um, for fire fuel. And starting off with, I have some river birch, and then I have tulip poplar, the inner bark of the tulip poplar, and then I also have some cedar bark. Also, some little things that I carry with me. Get this thing open. Is I have some fat wood, and basically what I got this piece off of was a pine tree that had been cut down. What happens is as the resin collects in the stumps and also collects in the branches as they come into the trunk. So I just want to show y'all how easily this stuff will ignite. And then I also have pine resin, which is it's medicinal. I use it a lot of times when I get a cut on my hand, and it will disinfect that cut. It will seal it up, and it will also help heal it. So that's really cool stuff, but it's highly flammable. I've used this in torches that I've made. I've also made glue out of this stuff. So it's got a lot of uses. Woodsman's gold right there. I just have two ignition sources. I've got my lighter that I carry with me. I also have a ferro rod. I don't have flint and steel out here, and we're not going to do a bow drill set today. So that takes a little while, but we'll get into that one. So I'm just going to show y'all how easily this stuff is to ignite. Basically, this is your start of your fire. You can throw a spark on this stuff. It will catch. You can throw a flame to it. It'll catch. You can also take a hot coal that you've made with your flint and steel with your char cloth, or a coal that you've made using a bow drill set. But this, you can make a bird nest out of this. We'll go into that in another video, but just want to show you guys the way I get this fire started. But now when you're building a fire, you want to keep in mind that you want to go ahead and collect all your material. And so this is going to be the start of your fire, and then you're going to collect sticks that are maybe 12 inches long. The diameter should be smaller than a pencil, and that's what's going to actually go on top of your tinder bundle. And then as that flame reaches above that kindling, then you're going to add larger sticks to it, a little bit bigger in diameter. And then once that gets established, then you're able to put larger pieces of wood on it. So let me go ahead and get started and show you guys. This right here is our river birch, and sometimes I have a hard time getting this stuff to start. Usually it takes me about 4 strikes. And then also when you're dealing with your tulip poplar bark and your cedar bark, you've got to process it down. I mean, you can't just try to throw a spark on it and it flame up. You have to sit there and process it down, get it tore down to really fine, like hair-like fibers, and then it should start for you. So let's try this river birch first. And this stump is kind of wet. It will absorb the moisture from it. It'd be kind of hard to start. So let's see what's going to go on right quick. And so it'll basically flame up. So that is your river birch. It has a chemical in it called betulin, which helps it to, well, it's an oil. And then you can collect this oil. I'll have to show y'all that in another video. And that oil you can use to make tar, glue, whatever. Pitch. They used a lot of this stuff to make pitch whenever they would build boats, help seal them. And then when you gather these materials up, what you see here, you're going to want to have at least 5 times as much. Here is what I do. This is just for demonstration. Okay, now this will be your tulip poplar. She's starting on this back side. It kind of went out. It might have got wet. There it goes. That's your tulip poplar. If it has a hard time getting started, if you'll just kind of fluff it up, let some air get in there, it will catch. And guys, be really careful, especially right now. It's been so dry. I know we've gotten a little bit of rain, but it is so easy for a wildfire to get started, and they're very difficult to get put out. So just be mindful of that right now. If you have a burn ban, just kind of abide by it. So that's your tulip poplar. I'll save some of that for later. I try to keep some of this stuff with me whenever I'm out and about. And this will be your cedar. Let's just try to start. Let's fluff it up a little bit here. Again, it's probably absorbed the moisture from the stump. It's having a hard time starting. Again, you need to process it down really good as well. There it goes. So when you get to your cedar bark, just process it down a little better. It'll do better for you. Again, it's wet out here. Speaking of being wet, I might not have processed that down really good. Try one more time. May not have processed that down enough. That's okay. That's just going to show you it's going to be trial and error. If you've had unsuccessful attempts at making a fire with cedar, just keep processing it down and it'll eventually catch. Again, it's wet out here, so if it's wet, I'm going to move you over to the fat wood. And this is just drenched with pine resin. Okay, a lot of times how I like to get this stuff started, I'll show you how easily this will catch. So if it's wet, this is your go-to when it's wet. This will help keep that fire going, help dry out that wood. You see that pine resin dripping off of there. That's a really good fire starter when it is raining on you. If you can get under a rock or something like that, get some cover, especially if you've got like a little breeze coming in from one direction, That will help keep you warm and dry. And I just keep stuff like this in a little tin. Stick that back in there, save it for later. You see how good that stuff burns. While that's burning, I'll go ahead and show you this pine resin. Remember, you can use this on like minor cuts, help seal them up, keep dirt and stuff out of it, and it'll help heal that wound. Try to make sure you don't have any dirt or bark in it whenever you use it. And you can melt this stuff down, make some pine pitch, but it's just the same thing that's in that wood, you know, and it will basically, this is kind of hard, so it's going to melt back down. Let's just lay it down here. And you can make candles and stuff out of that. Another thing, guys, that you can use, I may have some with me, I'll have to check, is dryer lint. And speaking of dryer lint, make sure you're cleaning out from behind your dryer. Make sure you're cleaning that dryer trap out. They can be a fire hazard. That stuff is highly flammable. So if you want to keep a little bit of dryer lint with you, that's just another Tinder resource for you. All right, guys, so these are just some resources that you can have to help you with your fire, getting it going. Remember, you're going to build a fire, and you need to start small and then just add to it. So hope that helped you guys. When you get out there this year, you need to make a fire. These are just some things that you can use. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.